Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Trusty Rusty Depot, and today I wanted to do a small mini project with you guys to go over what we've learned in the past couple of videos about Rust. So let's dive right into it. So I went ahead and created a new cargo project already, and what we're going to do for this mini project is we're going to solve the first puzzle on day 1 of Advent of Code. If you don't know what Advent of Code is, you should check out the link below in the description. It's basically a fun puzzle leading up to December 25th or Christmas Day. There's a puzzle every day that you need to solve, and we're going to solve an old puzzle from 2015, day 1. So there's 2 parts every day, and we're going to solve the first 2. So let's get started. So if we open up our main file here, as usual, we have Hello World inside of it, and the gist of the first puzzle is we have a series of closing and opening parentheses, and if opening parentheses means add 1 and closing parentheses mean subtract 1, where does the end of the parenthesis sequence leave us? What I'm going to do is I'm going to paste my input, which I got from the website Advent of Code, into a new variable for now, and I'm going to call that variable input. I'm going to say equals, and I'm going to paste my input in there. And don't forget your semicolon, so at the end of the line. So we have this long input now, and let's create a function down here called runPuzzle1, and it's going to take an input of type stir, because that's what we set this input variable to be. It's a stir, and this function is going to return a integer type of size 32. So inside we are going to create a variable called floor to keep track of what number we're on, and we're going to make it mutable as well. And then we're going to use a for loop. So we're going to loop over every character in input.chars. Chars is a method or a type of function that allows us to split this input stir into all of its characters. And this is the variable name we're using to keep all those characters. So every single loop over each character, we will do a check if it's opening or closing parenthesis. So if char is, and remember characters use single quotes, so if char is an opening parenthesis, then we will add 1 to floor. Otherwise, char is a closing parenthesis, then we will subtract 1 from floor. And then what we want to do is we want to return our floor variable. Remember, if there's no semicolon at the end, it means we're returning it. And up here in our main function, what we want to do is print puzzle1, and then we put the result from our function. So puzzle1 and input. We need to put variable here. Now, if we run this code, cargo run, we see that we get 232. And if you input whatever number you got based on your input into the Advent of Code answer box, it should be correct. Now we are going to look at the second puzzle of day 1. The second puzzle is very similar, except that now we need to find the position of the parenthesis that leads us first into -1. So we're going to define a second function called runPuzzle2, and it's also going to take in an input, stir, and return
a usize.
Then inside of this function, what we want to do is create floor variable again to keep track of the floor we're on. And then we create a final position variable to get the final position that we're on after the loop ends. And then we can create the same for loop as before, except that now we need to have the position that we're on as well. So we can create a tuple with I for index and char for character in input.chars to get the split on the characters, and enumerate to also have the index that we're on. Inside of this, we're going to use the same if statements as before, but this time we're going to also have another if statement that says if we're on floor -1, then we can set the final position to the current position that we're on and stop the loop. And at the end here, we need to return the final position variable. So at the top in the main, if we do the same print for puzzle 2, so if we run the program, we get 173. And so if you put this into the answer box based on your input, it should be correct. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. In the next couple of videos, I will introduce another Rust concept and explain how we can make this code better and scale up for the next puzzles of the 2015 Advent of Code. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.